Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. Let's take a break from the usual news and take a look at today's topic, read some answers, and stick around till the end of the video. I'll tell you my personal thoughts about some things that the Philippines has that Thailand does not. Someone in the expats group asks, what does the Philippines have that Thailand does not? One of the most liked responses is meaningful celebration of Christmas and New Year, world-class singers and entertainers, gastronomy, amazing malls, genuine smile, some excellent points, but I would have to disagree with a couple of them. Gastronomy, Thailand's got it. So they're world famous for their food, no doubt. So it's not really something the Philippines has that Thailand hasn't. Of course, different dishes and different flavors and all that. New Year celebration, once again, world famous, going on Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket, Koh Phangan. They're known for just like going wild out there. But the other stuff, I agree. So if you're a Christian, you really celebrate Christmas. Of course, I think the Philippines is probably the only Christian country in Southeast Asia. I might be wrong about that. But here, Christmas is a big deal. They're really traditional when it comes to their religion and their beliefs. They go to church often. A lot of people are God-fearing. When I do my street interviews, one of the most popular answers is someone looking for a God-fearing person. So if you're into your faith and you want someone that's a Christian nation, definitely here because Thailand, majority of Buddhists. So go ahead and consider that if you're coming here. Christianity is big, Christmas is big, and of course they have amazing singers like karaoke and all that. What else did the gentleman say? Of course, the beautiful smiles. You cannot go wrong with Filipinos and their smiles. We have a sarcastic answer that got a lot of likes with 21, and it says expats complaining about everything: food, noise, pollution, brownouts, medical, infrastructure, cost of living, beggars, bad drivers, corruption, homeless dogs, cats, rainy season, weather. Ironically, I feel like this expat is complaining about a simple question asked by someone else. And please keep in mind, this is not really trying to pin one country against another. A lot of people come here trying to figure out which country to reside in, retire in, and they want to get some information that regarding both countries, right? So I've spent quite a bit of time in both countries, and I'll tell you guys why I stay in the Philippines. It's my home base later, but let's go on to our next comment. Another man responds, cheaper living, lots of beaches, drive on the right, English speaking, locals are friendly, diverse topography, all legal documents and laws are modeled after the USA, signage and everything is in English. It's all about whatever you like. Thailand is nice, nicer roads, legal grass, good food. I choose Philippines because I speak the language. My kids are half. I have invested here a bit. I have a lot of local friends. Life is good. All right, some great points made by this gentleman. It looks like he's here mainly for his family, his wife, and half kids being Filipino. A primary, one of the best or main reasons to be in this country. Of course, if you have some kind of connection to any country you want to live long term, whether it's family, marriage, kids, kind of property, investment, some stuff like that, that's like, makes sense to be in that country. It's really hard to manage something outside the country. Luckily for me, I haven't had that issue yet, but I know a lot of people have problems renting out their homes back in Canada, US. So yeah, consider those things in the future. And Remy writes something really long but very informative. He says, why I prefer life in the Philippines over Thailand. 1. English communication. The widespread use of English is a significant difference and makes daily interaction more smoother for me. 2. Visa policy. The Philippines offers an incredibly welcoming visa policy. You can stay indefinitely on a tourist visa as long as you leave the country once every 3 years. A major advantage for long-term visitors. 3. Beautiful, authentic beaches. The beaches in the Philippines are stunning, uncrowded, and retain their natural, authentic charm. 4. Simplicity and gratitude. Life in the Philippines has a unique sense of simplicity. People here have a remarkable ability to appreciate small joys, which feel different from Thailand. 5. Friendly and open-minded population. The Filipino people are notably friendly and more open-minded towards foreigners. The culture gap also feels less pronounced compared to Thailand. 6. Cost of living. The cost of living in the Philippines is generally lower than Thailand, especially if you embrace a local lifestyle. However, it's true that maintaining a typical foreigner lifestyle might be more expensive here than in Thailand. 7. Relationship with Filipinas. Filipinos tend to value traditional family life and, on average, seem less focused on money compared to Thai women. Many make excellent partners if you're looking for a traditional family-oriented relationship. An absolutely wonderful response. All of these I agree with pretty much. A couple maybe tweaks, but regardless, if you guys want to know my tweaks, I think the beaches in Thailand are fantastic, but so are the ones here. But he's right about them being authentic. A lot of the beaches in Thailand are beautiful, but they're overcrowded with a lot of tourists, and we know that already if you know anything about Thailand. One thing that I would have to kind of disagree with is the Thai women are more geared towards money. Wait. Yes, of course, a lot of the red light district, freelancers, anyone that's working in that kind of area, Pattaya, Soul Cowboy, Nana, yeah, obviously, you're going to like the major red light district, hot tourist spots. But I think overall, we'd be the same. I think Filipinos and Thai women, the ones that I've spoken to over the years, they tend to just want a family. And of course, money, I think it might be more there because some of the standards in Thai culture these days, I think are, let me put this down a bit, are raising a bit. So women tend to want more things, right? A lot of women want to get their hair done, their nails did. So all those things are going to cost money if you're going to be taking care of somebody in that fashion. But really good response, really good points made. I'm going to, actually a lot of this is what I was going to say at the end. So I'll kind of briefly touch upon that in a second. Someone said the steering wheel is on the correct side. And lastly, someone says, hello, Americano here. Personal preference, very subjective. I'm very happy in the Philippines with my Filipino wife and our kids. Been here 5 years, plus Filipinos include my better half speak far more English. Although I have learned quite a bit of our local dialect, no, not Tagalog, but much is similar, plus I'm particularly fluent in Spanish, which helps. Also, as many know and hopefully have experienced, Filipinos are happy, warm, and very friendly folks. Not saying Thai people are not, just saying our Filipinos are famous for this. I do know, personally, other Asians from other countries, and in general, in my honest opinion, they are not to the level of Filipinos in these human qualities of happiness, warmth, and friendliness, which brings me to my answer, what the Philippines have that Thailand has not. Honestly, a lot of great answers in these comments. Some of the things that I want to kind of say that the Philippines has that Thailand doesn't. Number one, English is a huge factor. If you're coming from the West, the US, Canada, UK, Australia, and you haven't traveled very often and you want to fit in pretty much immediately, English is going to be like a driving factor for you. Personally, language barrier isn't that much of an issue for me based on my typical daily life, but I can see it being such a big noticeable thing whenever I travel to like Vietnam, for example, or like when I go to Indonesia or somewhere like where you don't see nothing in English almost, right? So I understand for first-time visitors, English is like the key because you can open up relationships with that key. You can open up daily conversations, comfort, buying things, purchasing things, disputes. English goes a long way. So the Filipinos have that, which Thai does not have to that degree. Of course, a lot of Thai people do speak English now, especially the younger peoples, but it's not to the level that it is in the Philippines. Next up is the fact that everybody wants me here. When I say everybody, I mean from the government to the people, to the shops, to the people, everybody, the kids, random people, they seem to have a really high interest in foreigners. So when I say that, I mean coming here, the visa process is easy, nothing really required, no craziness, no, okay, you got to fill up like an online e-travel, but yeah, of course, it's not a big deal, right? And you can stay here, like the gentleman said, up to 3 years without having to leave the country. You have to just continuously extend it. And then after 3 years, you just have to leave and come back. That's a long time. 3 years, whereas in Thailand, it's only 60 days now, plus another 30 days, 90 days maximum as a tourist. So that's a big thing, right? Imagine somebody wants you at a party compared to somebody that wants you to come and grab a drink and leave or something like that, right? So those things are major. And lastly, of course, the people, the Filipino people, if you guys see my regular vlogs, every single one of them, they're just happy people. It's not like saying Thai people are not happy. Of course, they're known like the land of smiles, but I think a lot of that comes from just straight up transactional tourist stuff. This is, once again, very generalized way of saying one has something that the other doesn't. So but the people here, I find, just are welcoming on all levels. Are they all great? No, of course not. Not every country has every single person being great. But for my daily life, for my lifestyle, I think those are some major things that the Philippines has that Thailand doesn't, right? Imagine that. English, visa, and people. So although Thai people are wonderful, just Filipinos are just, I think, slightly better on a different level. And when I say better, I mean they're just more open. You can make a joke, you can crack a joke. You can't really do that in Thailand. Innuendos, slang, idioms. Yeah, sometimes here that happens too, but here people just, they're welcoming. They'll include you in anything, whether it's invite you to a beer or something to eat, play a game, say hello, sir. A lot of respect here. So, and of course, culture as well. So they're very aware of Western culture, American culture. You see it in every single day, interaction. So that's kind of a bonus as well. And that's it. Leave your comments down below. If you've been to both countries, what do you think the Philippines has that Thailand does not? Anything you want to share, if you agree, disagree, does not matter. My experiences can be very different from yours, right? So depending on your budget, who you're associating with, where you're staying, all these can be obviously changed, interchanged, and be different. This is just some people's and my opinions about Thailand and the Philippines. I'll see you guys next time with a regular. Oh, if you enjoyed this, of course, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.